Hey, what's going on, working class hustlers? It is La Machine and the lovely Miss Karen. We are here for your benefit and to add value. Now, before we get going, because we do a lot of work, I want to outline something for you real quick. Okay, remember, when it comes to sourcing on Amazon using the arbitrage business model, when you do it my way, in order to source products, you want to evaluate, right? You need to be able to tell whether or not you can make money. Then you make the purchase. Then you process your orders. Now, of course, if that's FBA, they're going to do a lot of that for you. Then you got to make sure that you're identifying your replants, because if you're going to build a business, you've got to have products coming in on a regular basis. And then you need to learn how to manage your business. Now, without further ado, let's get started. We're going to show you some hold on a second. We're going to get right to work here as soon as I get this right. Hold on. I got a screen I want to share with you. Now, can you see my screen?
We can see it.
All right, so check it out, guys. We're going to get right to work, and we used the software Tactical Arbitrage. That's what this is all about. And if you stay tuned, we're actually going to have a segment where we show you how to set up what is called a product search. So, with that being said, let's jump right in. Now, we did a search under the category of industrial and scientific. A lot of times people are using the software and they're not really thinking about that category, but I'm telling you, there's some gems you can find. So if you're looking at my screen right now, let's see if I can highlight something to be able to show you. It's not working. It's okay though. Just follow my mouse. As you can see here, we're looking at a tape measure from Milwaukee Tools, and I can tell you those sell really, really well. If you can find a product that you can source, it's a good replant. If you want to learn how to use the software to make money, that's what this is all about, right? Real quick, we're not going to get into exactly how we're using this software to evaluate. We go deep in a lot of videos, so check the description. We got plenty of videos that really jump in, but right away you can see that you should be paying somewhere in the neighborhood of $5. Obviously you might have some tax, and it should be buy boxing around $16. So just some quick math. Anytime you can take what you're paying and triple it when it comes to the buy box, you'll usually make a little bit of money. If everything works out, you're going to make about $473, maybe a little bit less, but you've got a pretty big return on investment that you're looking at. So you've got room to maneuver. So watch. Here's where we found the product. And you got to excuse my screen, guys. I don't have the right monitor that I wanted to use today. But we're looking at a site called Acme Tools. Remember, when we're evaluating, what are we doing, guys? First, we're making sure we have the right product, that it's at the right price, or at least somewhere near. So we're looking at the Milwaukee 6-foot keychain tape measure, right? Then we want to go over to Amazon and see if we got the same thing. Sometimes we don't. It's easy to get the wrong thing. That's why part of your evaluation is checking, double checking, triple checking before you make your purchase. Now, as you can see, we've got the 6-foot keychain tape measure. A quick glance at that keeper chart shows you a lot of velocity. We're looking at that green line, okay? We're looking at a suppressed buy box. Guys, if you follow my channel, you know I love suppressed buy boxes. Why? Because usually that means you're getting a better price. Okay. Now you got two people selling. Another thing you want to look at is the number that they're showing in stock. Now, mind you, Both of these are merchant fulfilled, so they can play with these numbers. You don't know if that's what they really have. This one says he has 15. This one says he has 5. Could be, but you can play around with that. No one is there's no there's no real degree of measurement with that. Now, if there was an FBA, 9 times out of 10, you're going to have an accurate number. Now, the next thing you want to do is see if you could actually make some money with that. I use Inventory Labs Scout feature, and you can see I already have it plugged in for you. So if you're going to spend about $5, you're going to list it around $16. You're going to make around, again, you got to factor in tax if you have it. Okay. You got to factor in what it's going to cost you to get it into the warehouse. If you're going FBA, that's probably, you could factor $1 unless you're really, at some point you're going to get it down to maybe 30 cents like myself. Now, with this software, or with any software you're going to use to evaluate, you do want to check in case you do merchant fulfill. Now, it all depends on how much that product weighs, and you'll get better at estimating. I probably would not go merchant fulfilled. I'd probably lose money on that, but that's going to be for you to decide. Guys, we have, let me see, we've got 1, 2, 3, about 4 leads that we're going to show you, but let's take a moment because I want to make sure we acknowledge everybody who's out here right now. Looks like we've got 8 people and 4 likes. Boy, we're doing good. Anybody that happens to be out here, can you please take a moment to give us a like, a thumbs up, maybe leave a comment and let you know that you're out here. I see Casey, I think that's Casey Cameron, says hello. Thank you so much for visiting. Somebody just joined, so please leave a comment, give a thumbs up. Let us acknowledge you. If you have any questions, this is your forum. Okay, so we're here for you. And if not too many people show up, you got us all to yourself. So with that being said, let's move on to the next product that we're going to show. All right, let's see what we got here.
I want to say hi to Jim. Hi, Jim.
Jim is our producer. He's the guy that makes sure we get all these videos up every week for your benefit. Now, here's a product we found in the toy category. And remember, guys, we're here to make money. That's what we're showing you how to do. But mostly what we're trying to do is show you how we choose products. You don't have to jump on these. It'd be nice if we found a product right now that you could use. That's my goal. But more importantly is you just learning our system of evaluations, you being encouraged because you can do this, guys. But again, we're using the software Tactical Arbitrage, and you can see a toy that's coming from Target. Now, there's something I want you to pay attention to because this product doesn't necessarily have the largest, margins. And there's something I want you to be able to, one way to evaluate, I'm going to show you. So stay tuned. So what the product is some type of make it mini food dinner series. Okay. And it's running about $9.99 at Target. Okay. Now, of course, you're probably going to have a tax situation just depending on where you're located. But then if you come to Amazon, well, you can see Amazon selling it. I'll jump on a listing that Amazon is on. But here, the first thing you're going to notice is, well, hey, if I'm paying $9.99 plus tax, how am I going to jump in with Amazon? Okay. Well, number one, there are 23 people selling this product. So when you open this up and you go from $9 $9.97, and then you jump up to almost $20. Okay. And you're thinking to yourself, okay, well, if Amazon is selling it for $9.97, how are all these people selling it for roughly $20? Why would they be doing that? Well, the next thing you want to do is over to the keeper chart. And what you're going to notice is this tan line that represents the time period that Amazon had it in stock. And you see these gaping holes. What these other guys are doing, they're jumping in whenever Amazon runs out. Apparently, Amazon ran out back in December, and that was probably because of the holiday season. Then Amazon was in stock up until, I don't know, about the 20th of January. And then they were out a little bit. And mind you, you got a lot of velocity with this product, so it must be popular. Here, let's check the rank. That's another thing you're going to look at to evaluate the rank. Look at that. 403 in toys and games. Now, what would you say to a rank like that, Karen? In toys and games, 403.
That is incredible rank. I mean,
So
under 100,000 is great in toys. So to put it in perspective, right?
right. And mind you, we're showing you make your own decision. That's up to you, but how do you make your decision? What are you considering? You see what I'm saying? You're considering, okay, then they went out of stock from, about the 25th of January, and they stayed out of stock all the way up to, I don't know, a few days ago, the 16th, something like that. There was money being made. You don't have, I wouldn't say an excessive number of people selling it. They will rotate typically. I don't know. Let's see. It's possible. I'm thinking, yeah, it's not that many people FBA on this product. Now, again, if you came over, you'd make roughly 250. You got to take that down a notch for some of your expenses. But you've got enough room to play with. Again, your business is your business, and your criteria and your return on investment that you want to work with, that's going to be up to you. Take what you learn here and apply it to the products that you want. You get in what you get out, what you put in. So if you want much better returns, because you're going to end up with about 20% on this until it's all said and done. If that's not good enough, well, you just keep searching and eventually you will find those deals. But this is just an example. Okay. Again, merchant fulfilled probably wouldn't work. It's just not enough margin in that. So before we look at another item, let's come out and see what the working class hustlers are doing. So we've got 13 people out. Please leave a comment. We don't know who you are unless you leave a comment. Also, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Stay tuned. We got a couple of segments that you're gonna love. Number one, we're gonna do a segment where we show how to use the software Tactical Arbitrage, and we're gonna be going over how to set up a product search. But we also, Karen and I, we're gonna talk about something very important to you. We're going to talk about what the gurus don't tell you. Okay. And this is going to be very important to you, because a lot of us, what are we doing here? We're watching content all the time so that we can make money. We're listening to these gurus, and there's sometimes some things that they're leaving out. We want to be real with you. We want to be able to encourage you with truth. Now, let's take a moment and acknowledge E pluribus unum. Let's say hello to E. I think that statement is on all of our currency in America. So we know what he's about. He says, La Machine in the house. Yes, thank you so much. Also, guys, please remember, If you have any questions, if you have any concerns, we are excited to be able to help you. If you want to get connected, text the words working class hustler to the number on your screen. You'll also see that down in the description. But let's we're gonna do, let's see, we got one, we've got, you know what? We'll do another lead, evaluate that, and then we're gonna take a segment and go over what we want to talk about. So, but first, back to the value for you. So let's take a look at another product here. Now, here we are back in the software Tactical Arbitrage. Remember, guys, that's what we're using. And also make sure that you take the lightning courses. The link will be down in the description. Check those out. You can quickly learn how to get some searches going. But in the meantime, here's what we're looking at. We're back at Target again. And remember, just a side note, we already sourced a product at Target. And you might think, well, that product doesn't give me that much of a return on investment. But this is a momentum business. If you source two products from Target, well, now you got something going. If you decide, hey, now I got two products, let's just source Target. That way we do an entire haul from Target. And now we don't have to have the greatest returns on investment for each product because we did an entire batch, right? So what are we looking at here? What is this? Can you see that, Karen?
I see that it's something. Is it a headband with some? I don't know what it is.
Okay. What it is yeah. It's Nick Jr. Blues
Oh,
Clues guest of honor wearable party headband. And you can get it for $2.89. And if we got the right product, that same thing sells for about $10. So here we go again. Guys, if you're going to pay about $3, but you could sell it for $10, you've got that triple threat that we keep talking about, right? You don't get to keep all of that, but just a quick glance. If you're looking at what you pay and then you see it selling on Amazon for triple that, usually it's going to be worth continuing to look. Guys, you got to understand when you're using this software, you're going down and you're looking at a lot of stuff. So if you know a way to quickly identify a product that's worth further investigation, you see where this is coming from? Learn how to use your time, and then you won't get frustrated because I'm telling you, frustration will set in when you're going, man, it's been an hour and I haven't found anything. Okay. So here we go again. We got to make sure we got the right product. We got to make sure the prices are somewhere in the neighborhood of what they showed on Tactical Arbitrage, right? Should be around 289. They were selling it, about 1169. The price changed. That's another thing, guys. Prices on Amazon are dynamic. They move. How about it, Karen? What would you say about how prices move on Amazon?
all the time. I mean, a seller can change their price at any time. Price can tank at any time.
Absolutely.
Price can elevate at any time. It is extremely dynamic. But that's
Absolutely. And
okay.
this,
If you look at Keepa, you can get some idea of what the normal range is. So,
right. And this is the reason why some people go to software that will change the price for you. If you're aggressive and you want to get the sale and you're willing to move your price around, you have auto repricers that you can use. I don't know. Does Amazon still include their repricer with the software? At one time, they had a repricer, which I never
Amazon
used.
does have a repricer, and historically, their repricer only um, decreased your price. So,
Yeah,
A
that
lot
ain't in
in
our
the
best
industry,
interest.
a lot of us don't trust that. However, they supposedly have made some changes recently
Oh,
that
okay.
allows the prices to increase with market.
Oh,
Uh, but no,
oh,
thank you for me. I
oh.
will stick with my repricer. Thanks, Amazon,
Yeah,
but no thanks.
there may be a conflict of interest, I think. That's what
Right.
we're looking at
That's
here.
right.
We do have some videos on my favorite repricer. That's a topic for another discussion, but I use the repricer called Aura. I love it because it'll adjust your price up or down, and you can actually tell it how aggressive you want to be. But back to this product. Look, right away, guys, you can see a rank of 87, all but 88,000 in toys and games. Guys, you already know that's probably good. And if you didn't know, look at this keeper graph. Look at the velocity on that. What you don't want to see is a flat line going across, right? And look at what else can you see right away when you look at that keeper chart? Okay. Are the hustlers paying attention? What color is it? It's all white. So, what would that tell us, Karen?
I'm sorry. I was looking at the comments. What did you
Oh,
ask me?
okay. All right, we'll get to those. Hold that for a second. But you don't
Okay.
see any tan in that area. So, what's that telling us?
Any pan?
Yeah, we don't see any tan color. So, we know
Oh,
that
any tan.
Amazon has
Oh, it
not.
means I'm sorry. I'm a little slow tonight. It means Amazon's not even on it at all.
Exactly. And they haven't been on it since November. Guys, these are the things that you've got to be looking at. Okay. All of this stuff is going to seem like Chinese to you until you start putting the time in regularly, consistently. And before you know it, you're going to be able to evaluate. The money is in the evaluation. Once you learn, you know what? See, it's always see, y'all done got me hooping and hollering. There's always a segment where I start hollering. And now is that time. Once you learn how to evaluate, it's all over. It's all over. Once you learn how to evaluate, you will not have a problem sourcing products. Your problem is going to be you're going to run out of money.
Yeah.
Guys, it's going to change your life. You've got to start learning how to evaluate. That is why we spend our time trying to show you our ways of evaluating. Don't you see? Now, back to work.
Horace, could you asked me about what it means when you don't see tan, and the response was, well, that means Amazon's not on it. But why do we care if Amazon is on it? Not that we are afraid of being on a listing with Amazon, but when Amazon is on the listing, what typically happens?
Typically, if Amazon is on the listing, in most cases, or quite often, the price is going to be very low. And you
Right,
need to know that because
right,
now here we go with another tidbit here, another bit of information for you to evaluate. You say Amazon's on the listing. Now you have to say, can I compete with Amazon's price? Yes, move forward. No, now you got to look and figure out how
right.
often. How often is Amazon on it? Maybe you can do some dinks and dunks and you can jump in when they run out. Guys, there are people that set up their strategies on the most popular products, and Amazon is on those products. That's their proof because Amazon will not get on a product generally unless it's really selling. They ain't got time for that. So, how can you ride, wait? Takes a little patience, but Amazon's on it. So now we know it's popular. Is there a chance for you to make some money when they run out? Because trust me, Amazon wants to make the money, but more important than that, they want to make the sale, whether they're selling it or whether you're selling it. Okay. So you got to think. And that's why you use your charts, which is what we're looking at right now. But this chart tells us, hey, Amazon ain't been on this for what? Pretty much from the end of November. And here we are in the middle of February. All right. Now, if you want, you can see you've got 7 people on the listing. You open it up, look at the stock. This guy has one. This guy's got 35. So you're probably going to sell around that price. Now, mind you, here's another thing. Here's more ways that you're evaluating. This dude only got 3 ratings. So, I don't know.
Amateur.
You know what I mean? It could most likely.
That's
Here's what we know.
amateur, if you ask me.
Here's what we
To
know.
go in that deep at this point.
Look at how many ratings this guy has. Okay. That this guy knows what he's doing. Okay. But even he is sitting at $9.93. But guess what? He only has 3. If he's got this much experience and he only has 3, he's not willing to put that much into this. So maybe when you go source, maybe you don't want to put that much into it. Now, here we go again. You're sourcing at Target. You're already on your second product from Target. Maybe you don't have to buy as many because you can get the freight. You want to buy enough to where you get free shipping. So the more items you source from a particular store, such as Target, the less of each item you need to purchase because you're testing with that first run, right? Now, the next thing you want to do is figure out what kind of money you can make. So here we go again. Now we're looking at FBA, but this is a light item. But FBA, you're looking at somewhere in the neighborhood of a 50% markup. So don't get tied up in the actual profit because that's part of an entire budget for the month or however whatever time period you factor. But anytime you can get around 50% return on investment, you're doing good. And again, I'm not telling you to buy these. I'm just telling you the facts are this. If you can get around 50% return on investment on anything, you're making money. Okay. So
this particular item, and again, I'm not advocating anyone going out and purchasing it necessarily, but in terms of evaluation, this is going to be a very light product.
Yes.
So that's a good thing. Generally speaking, light products are good. And the small and light program is going to enable you to make a little bit more than what's really reflected here because Inventory Lab doesn't integrate the fee savings that you can get from Amazon.
We're gonna, we're gonna do a small and light segment. I'm gonna let you spearhead that too, because that's something I got to be honest with the hustlers. I'm not even taking advantage of it. I got to get in on that.
Do you know what that's called, Horace?
What's that called?
Leaving money on the table.
You made me feel bad. You know what? You saw somebody's comment, right? That what was that? Is that something we need to?
Katie's here.
Oh, is she?
And Happy 2020 is here.
Always. All right. Just got home from the airport. Oh man, thanks so much for joining us. We've got 16 people on right now. We can't see you unless you do what Katie and Happy 2020 did, E pluribus unum. They left comments. So please, if you're here, leave a comment. Let us know where you're at so we can shout you out and acknowledge you. Make sure you give a like. We're doing good with likes today. So if you haven't given us a like, we need you to join in because that's good for the algorithm. If you have questions, please, guys, make sure you ask. That's what we're here for. So, and another thing, if you're interested in getting free consultation, myself and Karen, text to the number on your screen and we'll look at your situation. There may be some people out there that are unsure, they're new, or they just have questions and they actually want some personal attention. That is nothing that we would charge you for. Anything we could do to help. Sometimes we can, sometimes we can't. But in either case, we want to help you. So if you need us, it would be our pleasure. Um, let's look at another. Let's see how we're looking on time, because we're going on for an hour, guys, and then we got to bounce. So we've
Oh, I
been
have
about a half
one,
an
two,
hour.
three is here.
Oh, let's see. Oh, always. Hey, what's good? Uh, we appreciate you coming. FOAB132. All right. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to take a look at another item. Let's get to the value. All right. So here we are back in the software inventory lab. Guys, make sure if you don't know how to use that software, make sure you take advantage of the lightning courses. Guys, use that link in the description. You'll get free 10 days free trial, and you'll know how to, in 10 minutes, you'll know how to get those searches going. What you want to do is make money while you're using the free trial. And of course, you got my number if you have any questions about the software. But in the meantime, check this out. Here we go with a product, and this is what it looks like in tactical arbitrage. The way I have mine set up, and you can drag these around. I like to look at the images side by side, because if the image is way off, I know that's another delimiting factor. I can pull and keep on going without dealing with that product. Okay, but right off the bat, I see we are at the store bestbuy.com. I've sourced quite a bit from there. We've got a sales rank at around 77,000, and the average is even lower. The 90-day average is even lower. We're going to spend about $14 before we pay tax, and that should be buy boxing around 35. We're going to see right away. We can see our estimated monthly sales at 43. See, these are the types of things you're going to learn what you like. Okay, you're going to learn how to use this software, and look at right away. You've got a gross, not net. That's a gross return on investment of about 70%. Now, it's probably going to be less than that. And also in the software, you can click on the check restrictions, and right away, hopefully, you've got good news that you can sell the product. All right. Now, here we go with the evaluation process. What's step number one, hustlers? Step number one, make sure the product is in stock. Now, remember, if there's a Best Buy near you, you might want to go to that Best Buy. What does that do for you? It saves you the frustration of placing the order for online arbitrage and having that order canceled, waiting on a product in the mail, having a product come up lost or damaged, right? Okay. So it looks like we have it, and this happens to be a clearance item. It was regularly $40. Anytime you're looking at a clearance item, you have an advantage right then and there. Okay. But there will probably be tax involved. Now, remember, guys, you might want to use a little extension that I use. Watch this. This is called REVROI. What if you could get 10% cash back? You see? What if any cash back is just free money? I don't care what it is. That's just free money. So you might want to look at that, right? So just wanted to throw that out. The next thing, let's see it on Amazon and see, is it at the price that it's supposed to be, which should be somewhere around what, 35? I forget. But right away, I see a suppressed buy box, which is good. And I'm only seeing one person selling it. He's FBA. He's showing 193. He's got about 40,000 ratings. What's the next thing we're looking at? We're going to take a quick, oh, Lord. You see that? Do you
I
see
see
that?
it. I see it. I see it.
Amazon hasn't been on this product, and I'm talking when you see that green line go low like that and just stay. Look at that. You see?
I see.
So, all right, now watch this. What are we looking at? We're looking at a product that you should be able to sell for about 35 bucks, and you're only paying about 14 bucks. Guys, there's money in that, but we got to make sure we got the right color, the right product. Sometimes we do, sometimes we don't. But from what I can see, this is white, right?
It
Not
look
white, white. This is white. It will white. It will white.
it looks good. There's model numbers sometimes. I did see a model number,
True.
so I don't know if there's a model number in the um,
Sometimes it's down in
Amazon
the
listing.
yeah. Sometimes it'll be down in the like down here in the technical details.
Sometimes, and sometimes there isn't. And so
Here it is. CSRD 300
those are
W.
different. I don't think that's. Oh no, that's
Look it. Look
there.
it.
It is. Okay.
We got the same thing.
Okay.
We got the right product.
Okay. All right. Great. That
All right.
great. All right.
All right.
So one other thing that I would really, really be concerned about with this product.
Okay. Okay.
Anytime you have fewer than, I don't know, what would you say, 2 or 3 sellers, Horace?
Already, yeah. That could mean
That
you're
could
right. There may be gating involved.
could mean there could be gating. That could mean that you could run into problems. So that's one for sure to check to see if there's been any IP complaints. It may only be sold by an authorized seller. Even if Amazon gives you the indication that you can sell it. Horace, have you ever happened where it appeared that you could sell it and you send it in and then you get your
Absolutely.
merchandise in the warehouse and they say, oh no, you can't sell this?
And that's, I tell you what, guys, pay attention to what we're talking about right now, because this could go a number of ways. I've had it where everything looked right. I sourced the product comes in, and now I'm getting ready to prepare the shipment, and that's when Amazon says, can't send it in. Now you looking stupid. But you better be lucky if that happens. Better for it to happen that way than for them to let you send it all the way to the warehouse and then they strand it for that reason.
Right.
See, this is guys, look at working class hustlers, get your mind right and get your money right. Are y'all listening?
It's really exciting and fun. I mean, no, it is. I mean, this is a thinking person's game. It really is a game.
It really is. Hey, we got 24 people out here. We need to see more likes because I only see 11. So number one, thank you everybody for spending your time with us. It is our delight and our sincere purpose to give you value. So please leave us a comment so that we can acknowledge you. Let us know what concerns you're having. What are your challenges so that we can help you out. Stay tuned because we're going to finish the evaluation on this product. If you need the ASINs, if you can't, if you want to actually research these further, let me know. We'll drop those ASINs and links down in the chat if you actually want to look at these products, because these are products you can actually source if you want.
I sourced a couple from last week. I don't know what happened. I don't know what's happening with them yet. But.
Well, you got to keep us posted.
Okay, I will.
Also, stay tuned because right after we finish on this product, guess what? We're going to talk about what the gurus don't always tell you. Okay? It's not that we're hating on gurus, but this is going to be for your benefit. So stay tuned. But in the meantime, let's finish up our evaluation because we got to make sure we can make some money, right? Guys, remember, I use the scout feature of Inventory Lab. We've got a ton of videos about using the software Inventory Lab. I like it. Karen loves it because you can prep. It's so much easier. Everything is streamlined. You get the whole system together. You can print your labels the way you want. But if you could get that item from Target, not from Best Buy, I meant to say, it's on clearance. You're going to pay a little bit more than $13.99, most likely, if you have a tax situation. But look, you'll be able to make somewhere in the neighborhood of $10. And you're talking about, easily upwards 70% return on investment on a product that's ranked 106,000 in tools and home improvement. Yes, you do need to check, double check, triple check, and make sure that you've got the right product, make sure that everything's working right for you. And if you have some software like IP Alert or something, if you're a little questionable on whether or not this product is gated, then take advantage of that. I tell you what, though, while we're looking at this product, let's come back down to the Keeper chart. And you see where it's on 3 months? We're going to go for a year. Oh, boy. Let me see. Yep. I'm only seeing one person on this. This Odd Light Technologies.
Uh-huh.
Let me see here. I want to see
And
what
you've got some questions over here in comments. I don't know what a PL. John says this is a PL item. Let's see. PL.
private label, I think he's saying.
Oh.
But guys, if you notice, I went in using Keeper to see all of the products that this seller has, and they all seem to be this Odd Light. So yeah, you're probably going to run into some IP issues with this. So yeah, I'd question this.
Yes.
Because
but the process is really what you're trying to explain. And so
yeah,
the process is,
and that's why good. Exactly. I mean, mostly we just want to show you how to evaluate. But yeah, whoever made that comment, you are correct. This is a private label product. So, but there are other products similar to this that you will be able to jump on. Now, let's talk a little bit about this one topic that we want to go over. What the gurus don't tell you. Give me a second. I need to get into my notes here, and I got locked out.
So RV really has a burning question for us.
Okay.
Did you see it regarding FBM fees?
Okay, let me
I know you're trying to navigate to.
All right. Miss Karen says, Can someone answer my questions? Does FBM fees include Amazon shipping your products to the customer? Well, yes, you need to factor that in. If you want to see how that breaks down, we could show you. But when we say FBM, you said, does FBM fulfilled by merchant fees include Amazon? Okay, fulfilled by merchant, that means you're shipping it. So FBM, Amazon isn't shipping your products. I think if you meant FBA, does fulfillment by Amazon fees include Amazon shipping? The answer is yes. But if you want, yeah, okay, I got you. But if you want the breakdown for that, you know what? We could show you real quick.
She meant FBA. Yes, FBA includes the costs that Amazon is charging you to pick and pull and ship the product. I think they break the fees into two different areas, but bottom line, the
Yeah.
total represents what they charge to pick, pull, and ship
Right.
on FBA.
I actually want to see if we can get that breakdown and just show that. Let me
For that
see.
item. Mikey's in the
Yeah.
building. Hey, Mikey.
Hey, what's up, Mikey?
So when you use Inventory Lab, it can be a big help too, because for me, when I in Inventory Lab, I'm able to factor in a figure for my shipping, my FBA shipping. I'm able to factor in storage fees. I typically have plugged in 3 months. So when I see my return on investment, it is showing it to me, my ROI, the numbers that I get, assumes 50 cents per pound for shipping, as well as 3 months worth of storage in um, the warehouse for FBA. But you can set that any way you want to or not set it at all.
Okay. Let's see, 34. So when it comes to your fees, and here you can see we're using the revenue calculator. You can that's free for you to use. You stick the item price in, and you've got it on both the FBA side as well as the FBM so that you can look. But when you talk about your Amazon fees, you can toggle and see you're going to pay a referral fee, you're going to pay a closing fee, and then when it comes over to the fulfillment cost, this is what you're paying Amazon to ship the product to the customer. So your fees can get pretty high there, right? Because you're already up to 12.15, and we didn't even include anything that we might need to add to that. Okay.
Right.
So I hope that answers your question.
So, one of the things that I think about, of course, when I see that, yes, the fees, they do add up, but you also have to factor in that the UPS and USPS shipping fees are not cheap. So you have to weigh the two.
Oh, absolutely. You know, and you really don't know until you start doing this enough to really, start figuring it out. You'll get better and better at it. But let me double check and make sure we don't have any other pressing questions.
I love to FBM lightweight items, truthfully,
Mm-hmm.
because the um, shipping, I mean, if I can send something first class, if I can keep the package under a pound, then I don't have to do a lot of calculation. I don't have to think too much about how much it's going to cost me to ship. Probably around $6 or less, I can ship it, and that's quick and easy. Then once you get beyond a pound, then it gets more complicated in terms of uh, where it's going. If I'm shipping from where I live to uh, I don't know, somewhere in the Midwest, it's not
Mm-hmm.
going to be too bad. But if I'm shipping to California or Washington State, whoa, buddy.
Yeah, and that's where they get you, especially if you're like me on the East Coast. They love giving you those ones that are going to California, Oregon, Wyoming, and all of these points west. So, without further ado, hustlers, let's get into what the gurus don't always tell you. And we Karen and I were talking, And just follow me on this, what I'm about to talk about. Now remember, the best, and I'm not, I hate to call somebody a liar, but the best lies have an element of truth to them. The gurus don't always tell the whole story about how long it takes to make a profit. Okay. And we're going to give an example of that. Example, you might be watching a video where a person, they want to take you through the process and they're touting how quick and easy it is to find a product. For example, retail arbitrage. They might say, hey, they made a profit in 15 minutes, but they're not necessarily factoring or taking into account all the time that was spent. What would you say about that, Karen?
Well, what they show on the video, and typically it's going to be a short video, you can do everything real quick, quick, fast. But um, yeah, it takes you 15 minutes to pull it off the shelf and into your basket. But wait, you had to go on Tactical Arbitrage first to figure out that the products were there. You had to drive to the store. You had to, there's just so many other things that are there. So yeah, they made, $500 in 15 minutes technically, but not really, because there's so much work around that they just don't mention.
And also, a lot of times they completely bypass discussing the amount of capital you need to have available when you go sourcing, right? This is very important. Having available capital is paramount. You can't make the purchases if you ain't got the money, right? You could start. One of the great things about arbitrage is that you could start with virtually any amount. But when you're looking at these huge numbers that people like to brag about, most of the time they don't tell you how much money they spent in order to do that. Now, we're gonna probably next week we're gonna really delve into that a little deeper in a segment. But guys, just realize if you're thinking big numbers in terms of how much revenue you want to make, you got to be thinking big numbers and how much you're spending on the budget to do it, right? If
Right,
you want to make money, you got to spend money.
right.
Okay. But we're going to get deeper into that. But what we wanted to talk about was just to kind of give you a heads up, pull your coattail, give you a little bit of warning, because you got some content creators that are very, very good at presenting something to you in a way that might prove to be a little unrealistic, right? Unrealistic. You got to factor in everything. Is there money to be made? Absolutely. You're talking to myself, you're talking to Karen. We're both six-figure sellers. So, yes, we wouldn't be doing this if there wasn't money to be made. But we ain't got to lie to you, and we don't have to withhold any truths. This is what it is. You got to do the work and you need to be aware of what it really takes. You see this? Read this. You see that?
No excuses. Keep grinding.
Exactly.
Is that what we're doing today? Okay.
That's what we better be doing every day
Okay.
if we want to make money out here, right?
Okay.
Now let's check. We got 19 users out here. We got 12 likes. Hustlers, if you have not, if you have not given us a thumbs up, please do so. If you want to be recognized, acknowledged for your time with us tonight, please leave a comment. If you have any questions, we're here for that. Now, we're going to take a second. Well, I should say a second. We're going to take a little while and we're going to go over exactly how to set up a product search uh, in tactical arbitrage.
Horace,
So,
while you're doing that, just to acknowledge this, we might not be able to get to it tonight, but I just want to
mhm.
acknowledge that Chris is wondering about, well, what about FBM products, the products that we looked at today? As it turned out, they all were products that we would likely FBA. So Chris is wondering about FBM. Again, we might not be able to get to it today, but if we don't get to something today, we'll definitely get to it next time. And then Mikey is asking about, let's see, are you extension of Inventory Lab? I'm not sure, Mikey, what you're asking, and about private label items. I don't know.
Are you extension of Inventory Lab? Not. He might
He
be
likes
asking,
your
is there
shirt.
I'll get you a link to that. Why don't you, here's what you do so that we don't forget, because we can get you that shirt, no problem. Why don't you text me at this number right here? You can also find that down in the description, and we'll get you a link where you can get that shirt, no problem. In the meantime, hold on a second. Let me go back to my
Oh
comments because
no,
I don't want to miss
Katie, not six figures from the left.
it.
We gotta get to the right, to the right. But
um,
kudos for sticking to it. Kudos for sticking in. There's a learning curve with this, folks. It's not like those
that's what
reels
it's all
tell
about.
you just, hey, just run in the store and grab some items and make $500 or $1 million. I just no, it's not exactly like that. You still have to do the work. You have to evaluate your products. You have to do your research, your due diligence, all those things.
Absolutely. So let's take a look at the software Tactical Arbitrage. And what we're going to do is I want to get started from the dashboard. And what we're going to do is we're going to show you how to perform a product search. A product search is where you come out to the software. Let me see. Give me a second. Oh, that's why I was getting that error. I need to get signed in. And so now you can see what the sign in screen looks like. Give me a second, guys. I'm going to get signed in. Let me see here.
RB, I think Horst found the fees on Amazon's own calculator.
Yeah, we showed that. If I was showing my screen right.
Yes. So maybe we can put a link to that calculator,
Revenue
because
calculator.
the revenue calculator, because it is free. You don't have to pay for that.
If you just go to Google
Oh,
and
and
type in
Google
revenue
Amazon revenue
calculator,
calculator.
yeah,
Okay,
that'll
that's
do it.
probably the easiest, fastest, quickest thing.
Absolutely. Yeah, it'll come up in the top of the results.
And Mikey, yes, you're right. Inventory Lab is trying to make some adjustments. Amazon, we're kind of getting into the weeds a little bit, but Amazon has a new send to Amazon feed, which I don't want to do it. But maybe we'll eventually be forced to it. But I'm sticking with the old for right now.
Okay. So with that being said, let's get back over into tactical arbitrage. Now, here we go again. We're at the dashboard. We're going to go into product search. And what product search does, that tells the software to you're going to pick a particular site. So out of all of these, you would pick a particular site. So we were at Best Buy. So we'll stay there for a minute. Now the way I'm doing it, you see me I'm starting to type in. And now that came up. Now remember, when it comes to tactical arbitrage, you can do a search in advanced, or you can do it in basic. Now, basic is, in my opinion, too basic. It's very simple, but you don't really get to filter down as much as you want. I like to set my cash for 5 days. You can set it for as much as you want. If you want if you want your results quicker, then you want more, a bigger cache. Okay. You can do a cache only search, but then that's not going to take into account anything new. It's just the software will just be looking at things that other people have already brought up in their results. Uh, this one I always leave off. Oh, what we're really doing right here is just showing you how to quickly get through this. But let's see, disable duplicate checker. What this would do, and again, guys, any questions that you have, like you could read it. You click on the little question mark, use this to ignore duplicates. That way it would skip the products that you already have in your view data somewhere. You know what I mean? So it'll make things, it won't put things in front of you that that's already in some of your results. Okay. Now, I wouldn't worry about this box right here because we're going to do what's called easy bulk. And then you don't need to tell it where to start, where to end. Now, here's where things get interesting. You can have up to 500 categories from a particular store. A lot of stores don't have that many, but a big store like Walmart, Best Buy, you'll have that many. You'll have over 500. So let's say we liked appliances. Now, remember, you can toggle and get down as granular as you want. When you say appliances, you could do all 30 subcategories, or you could say, hey, I want small appliances, which is more of what I would do. I don't want the software looking at washers and dryers, right? So you see where this comes into play. If you just want what you want to look at. I like to do, for example, I would say toys and games. That's 32 subcategories under there. Maybe you only want to do something like games, puzzles, and cards, and you can figure this out. I just want to point that out to you. Video games, you could just go for all 23, or you might say, I only want to see what's in the deals in the outlet, or I only want to go with Nintendo Switch or whatever. In this case, I would just say all of the toys and games. Okay. Now, some of the things that might confuse people is when you get to the filters, this section would be if you knew you had cash back and you wanted to factor that in. If there was for example, the store might be having a sale, 20% off of all, everything in the store or everything in the categories that you're looking at. Sometimes that's the deal. Maybe you're using a gift card. So all of that can be factored in so that you're looking at more of what's really going on as far as what your cost is. Now we get to the area where the rubber meets the road. Now you'll notice on an average, you can remove ranks based on a 30-day average or a 90-day average. If you notice, I go very wide. You're going to figure out the way you want to do it. I'll take anything 500,000 or less. For a lot of people, that's going to be too much. But the reason I like to cast my net wide is because I want to have more in front of me that I can evaluate. The software doesn't account for a lot of things. As we said earlier, prices change a lot, ranks change a lot. I want to see more. Okay. Let's see, for rank filter. And again, a lot of this stuff you don't necessarily need, but if you have questions about it, all you need to do is click the little question mark. I do like to remove third-party sellers from the results because I don't tend to buy from third-party sellers and then turn around and sell on Amazon. I have done it, but typically I don't. I do not remove oversized products because I will deal with them. That's a degree of separation. A lot of people don't want to deal with oversized products. I make pretty good money on items that are classified as uh oversized. Uh I do sometimes I remove out of stock products, sometimes I don't. Sometimes I still want to see an item that's out of stock at the time, but a lot of when you spend enough time on tactical arbitrage, it's not that you're going to find a deal every time. But what you do is you learn certain trends. Why not be shown a product that may be out of stock right now, but it's going to jog your memory later when it is in stock and you remember, hey, I looked at that. There was a good return on investment. There was good profit margin. When that comes back in stock, you know, I want to be ready. Or better yet, hustlers, we're not going to get into it right now, but better yet, what if you saw a product and you decided to take advantage of the features of this software that says, hey, give me an alert when that product comes back into stock? You see, the software will do that. So why not be shown items that are out of stock but may come back into stock later? Now you've got another degree of separation because a lot of people are using tactical arbitrage and all they're worried about is what they're seeing right now because they don't know how to plan. If you know how to plan, you've got an advantage. Uh, and here's another one I don't click on. Remove if Amazon contains no weight or size. I don't need that. I don't care. I can figure that out. And you'll get better at it too if you're constantly shown those items and you end up having to learn a lot when it comes to weights and measures. And then you can see down the line, remove if Amazon is also a seller. I don't do that because I will jump on a listing. You may not. So if you don't like listings where Amazon is on the listing and is an active seller, you would click. Remove hazmat products. I don't. Even though I'm not in the hazmat program, I can do merchant fulfilled if it's hazardous. And if it's a good deal, I will. Remove if buy box is suppressed. Guys, you know, I love suppressed buy boxes. Remove if restricted for my account. Why would I want to do that? Maybe I see a deal that's so good, I may want to get unrestricted. So, and then what if I may be gated for the product now, but later on down the line, I become ungated. You may be auto ungated for something. It happens. Remove if already saved. Now, you may want to do that. Okay. If you want to stay away from products which are already in your saved folders, that's kind of redundant because we saw another feature to do that. Uh, remove if product has multiple quantities. I think that would be for somebody that does not want to get into multi-packs. Okay. Then you can say remove if estimated sales is less than. I put a 10 in there. If there's less than 10, I don't want to look at it. Sometimes the software will still bring back results anyway, but generally speaking, that's what I go with. You may want something else. I don't put anything in the number of variations, but some people don't like dealing with a product that has a ton of variations because now you got to evaluate more. Okay. Look at this one. Remove if the number of competitive FBA sellers is more than blank. I don't care how many, but you might. You see, so what's great about this software is it's really not that hard, right? To figure this stuff out. Remove if number of reviews is less than blank. Some people, one of their, factors for evaluating a product, they want to see a lot of reviews. I don't really care how many reviews it has because I have products that have very few reviews, but yet they're selling. I care about whether or not it's selling, but you may have a different system. Okay. So again, a lot of this is self-explanatory. That pretty much covers that. Look at, you could even say remove if Amazon has been in stock for X amount of days. I mean, there's just so much you can do with that. Sourcing titles, I don't use, but look at remove words from source title before searching, add words. I mean, there's so much you can do with this. cost and fees, this helps you to kind of factor in, let's say you were using, for example, a prep center. You can put in what it's going to cost for a standard prep. You can put in what your prep center may charge for oversized products, what they charge to create a bundle. So I don't really use those. I go with a cost per pound of about 50 cents. And then I'm still evaluating it. So profit and return on investment, I keep those very low. But you can say, hey, I only want to keep data if the gross profit is at least, you might say $10. I say $1 because I just want more results. And the same with your return on investment. I want to see at least 10% because there are certain factors in there that may bring it to the 20% that I really want. Okay. And guys, that pretty much covers it. You can get down into some of your other things. Also show Amazon out of stock results. I like that. Uh no match found results, show only no match found results. Uh I tell you, for example, you might say show only Amazon out of stock results. That's saying you might want to look at products that are not currently even on Amazon's website. And that way you're constantly bringing products back to the market. If you do your evaluation and you see that, that's good. Now, once you set everything up, and as you can see down here, I've got 10 filters total applied. You could actually name this search. And then instead of having to click on all of this stuff, it's already done. But by default, whenever you come out to start a search, it's going to autofill with whatever you had in the last search that you did. So that pretty much covers how to do a product search. And if you have any questions, of course, leave a comment with us. You've got our number. So send us a text. Let's double check before we wrap because we're actually 12 minutes over. We love you guys so much. You spoiled. Working class hustlers. You're spoiled.
Or 16 minutes over.
Mikey says, damn, I must be a FBM guru because I find products that sell before I hit the checkout. You know what?
That happens.
That does happen. B. Christopher, we love y'all. We love you too. Oh man, we're up to 17 likes. Thank you so much, hustlers, for joining us. I hope you got value. Guys, listen. We need to know what you want help with. We need to know what topics you want us to cover. We can't read your mind. And if you don't tell us, well, we're just going to do what we think would be best for you. But what we really want feedback and input from you. Working class hustlers of America and all across the globe. Remember, we're here for you. We could be doing other stuff right now, like watching funny cat videos or scrolling on TikTok. Right?
No, like packing a shipment. Yeah.
Yeah, we could be making money. So, let's all use our time wisely. You guys came out here. We love it. And we can't tell you how to spend your time. If you're getting value from us, that's good enough. But we need feedback so that we know, are we doing a good job? Is there anything that we could be covering? Is there anything you need help with? We're family out here. So we want to hear from you. All right, guys, we're going to take one last look to see if there were any more comments.
I see a comment that I'm quite interested in.
All right, read it.
RB asks if we have a group that I think it's they can join. And we don't. at this point, and I
Right.
wonder how many other viewers who are watching would be interested in a group. So if you be interested in a group, just say, give us a thumbs up, or I'm interested, or let's keep an eye on that, because
Yeah.
I think groups can really be great, and you
That's how
can.
we met.
That's exactly right. That's exactly right. You meet other, because doing selling resale, it's kind of lonely sometimes. You're just
Sometimes.
sort of by yourself most of the time. So having a community of people is great. So, but we need to know who's interested in that.
Look at what Lou Jack Renee said. Can you see that comment?
Oh, I can. That's nice. Thanks, Lou Jack.
All right, guys, I think we've done it for tonight. So I've got about 50 orders that need to be processed for tomorrow.
FBM.
Absolutely.
Okay, so next time we have to remember to try to see if we can find some items that
That'll
if you
go
can
for
source
FBM.
some items that could work for FBM.
I would love that because I do quite a bit. So with that, guys,
Yep.
we're out of here. For the
See?
lovely Miss Karen, I am La
Who's this?
Machine. Respecting your mind, your time, and most definitely your grind. We done showed you how to get this paper. It's time to go get mine. Good night, everybody. Good
Good
night.
night. Good night. See you later.